Hello again, my name is Ben. Here I am today with the third episode of my Construction MOC showcases. Here with me this time are my Hero Factory heroes. Here you can see Stormer, Raka, Furno, Breeze, and Surge. The reason Nex, Stringer, Bulk, and Evo aren't here is because I really don't have the parts to rebuild them, and some of them I didn't even have. So, yeah. Starting off with the size comparison. Start this one off here. Here you can see just a minifigure. So that part's done. I'll just start off here with Furno. Move all these out of the way. Give me a second. There we go. Here we got Furno. Hopefully this will be quick. Here you can see, I'll just start off with the feet. They're just normal Hero Factory feet in red. Not much going on there. His lower legs, you'll see, they're kind of built kind of sideways here, so you're gonna get a lot of articulation. I also didn't use the socket ones here, so he has a lot more free range. So now you'll see he just has one of these extra large red armor plates. Yep, there. So this is his lower leg. His upper legs use some silver pieces, 5 scale. In silver, so they look pretty nice there. His torso, it's with the slightly larger torso, or the slightly elongated one with the extra ball joints here. Here see he has the Hero Factory Breakout Furno chest plate, which I think looks pretty nice for him. I guess it's a bit of a shame that I don't have any more like yellow or orange to add, but whatever. His arms, there you see some light gray socket, or I think that's what they're called. I'm not sure what these are. These joints here in gray, and just some smaller silver armor plates on them. And on the lower ones is the one with a ball joint at the end, so the hand can have much more free range. And just uses a small armor piece in red. The hands is just a red hand with a little spike at the end for, I don't know, the hilt, I guess. And his sword, just one of these swords in gold, not gold, silver. His back uses one of these pieces here with some pins attached to it. And we're going to add a back torso plate, for coverage. And also right here, you'll see is one of these smaller joints with a one of these like socket pieces with some pinholes in them. I kept it here so he can like put his sword here for like hold his sword, which I'd say it works pretty well. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Furno. He's pretty good. I'd say I'm not sure he's my favorite or not, but I think he's pretty nice. Next I'll do Raka. Give me a second. Here we go. Here's Raka. Here's just get a good look at him. Here's just a size comparison, I guess. Forgot to do it for Furno. Now starting off with the feet for him. He uses the slightly shorter limbs, like the ones that were used on Furno's upper legs. And he just uses the same ones as Furno for his lower legs, or upper and lower legs are the same. They're just in different colors because of lack of parts. But just starting with the feet, they're just some silver Hero Factory feet. Then moving upwards, you'll see some of the 5 pieces in gold. And then moving to his upper legs, you'll see some 4 long, I guess, armor pieces. This part comes loose off the back. So that's it for the legs. Now his body uses the smaller torso without the ball joints on the shoulders. And it uses his Hero Factory Breakout torso piece, which I think looks pretty nice for him. His arms use the same like bone pieces as Furno's, same length and whatnot. The armor pieces here, he also uses some silver, smaller armor shells, but I also gave him some of these armor plates. I don't know entirely where these are from. I know they were used on Ikimu and the Hero Factory Queen Beast from Vision from Below. But his arm, or lower arm, uses a larger one of these 5 shell pieces in gold. And he just has a silver hand here with his sword. It's one of these like Tahu swords. His other arm uses one of these blaster pieces, which was also from, what was it, Breakout. I think it looks pretty nice here with the trans green. His back uses one of these, I know these were used in 2.0, but it's just for like covering the back, which I think works pretty well. And also I used one of these, not Hero Factory, Bionicle armor pieces, which I think works pretty well here. So, and then the head, it's the, I think it's like Glatorian head, and he just uses the headpiece from Breakout. So, that's pretty much it for Rocco. I think he's pretty nice. Also, I forgot to mention, it has the ball shooter. Hang on. There we go. So, yeah, that's pretty much Rocco. I think he's pretty nice. I'm not sure. Maybe I could add, I think, right now, I think he has a bit too much gold. So, maybe later I'll change that. Which, speaking of which, I wanted to mention, one of my issues with Rocco was that he had too much gold. And I wanted to add a bit more silver. So, I wanted to use his, one of these silver brain attack, torso shell pieces. So I don't know if this one looks better or not, and I'm still not too sure which one I'll use. So I just wanted to show you this one and see if you were interested, I guess, and which one you think looks better. I don't know, but yeah, that's Rocco. Next I'll do Surge. Oh shoot. Here's Surge. Get a good look at him. He's just a minifigure here for scale. There. Starting off with his feet, he just uses some blue feet and the same armor shells from Furno, just in blue. He also uses the same bone piece from in the Furno, but he uses the this version of the upper leg piece. I'm not really sure what it's called. It was just with can have a lot less movement, but and he uses some of these smaller armor shells in black, which were also used on Rocco, just in black. He has a black. Nope. He has a black torso, but most of them do. But it's the larger one with the ball joints on the shoulders. And he also uses the Breakout torso piece for Surge with the core and whatnot. I'll talk about this back part later, but with his arms, they use the same ones as Rocco and Furno, the same bone pieces. He uses these same armor shells just in black. He also uses the same armor shells with pretty much all of them just in blue. He also just has blue hands, and also I just gave him some of these competition cannons for like guns. But, an issue with them holding them like this is that sometimes they can just, whenever I'm using him, they just fire off on accident. For his back, you'll see what I was talking about. It uses one of these pieces here to attach another back torso in gray, which an issue of since I'm doing this is that it leaves some of these ball joints open. And he just uses he uses these what are they called? I know they were used in Next 3.0, Rocco XL, a lot of sets, but they're here in black, so for like shoulder armor, which I think looks pretty nice for him. And he also uses another one of these Breakout torsos, just bare without the core. And he also has a sword here in case I just want to use the sword instead of the guns. Just back here, take it off. Put the gun back here. Second, here we go. And now he has a sword. His head is just a Glatorian head in I think it's like light green, no, yellow, I don't know. and it just uses the 1.0 and breakout Surge head or helmet. So that's Surge. I think he's pretty good. I like his armor pieces and how he's kind of just bulked up with the guns and whatnot. So I think he's pretty good. Might be my favorite. I'm not sure. So that's Surge. Next I'll do Breeze. So here's Breeze. You know, the green one. Give me a second. Where did I put him? There's the minifigure for like size comparison. There you go. Starting off with the legs for her. It's a bit. Hang on. They're a bit different because of the like foot pieces she uses. I wasn't really sure how to attach them, and I don't really like how it looks. But whatever. I'm not sure if they came out with these pieces in lime or the normal Hero Factory foot pieces in lime green. I'm not too sure. But here she's using these ones, and you see some of these pieces back here which attach. It uses some of these really short joint pieces, and it just moves up to one of these ones. Another one of these bone pieces, which are used on a couple others. And it uses these larger armor shells, which are used on Furno and Surge, and just gunmetal gray. Her upper legs use some of these, some more of these ball joint pieces, and also some more of these smaller armor shells in lime green. Her torso is the smaller torso. Also, kind of just added some of these here for like detail, I guess. The torso, how would I say it? Torso like plate is the one from Breakout, and Power Core and whatnot. Her arms, they are the same like construction as pretty much all the others, so nothing much there. Some of these armor shells, the smaller armor shells in lime green, and some of them slightly larger ones in gunmetal gray. She uses some of these hand pieces in lime, and her weapons are these saw blades. I just think they look cool, and they just use one of these pin pieces here, and just a saw blade. So there's the arms and the weapons, same on both sides. Now the head is just a Glatorian head with just the Breakout and 1.0 Breeze head or helmet or whatever. Now the back piece here, it attaches similarly, I'd say, to the way the handcuffs are here. I know this is annoying. I probably shouldn't have put these here. Take that off for a second. But it uses one of these attachment pieces that I used on the Surge. It's just lower down and just not horizontal. And I just used one of these extra long joint pieces that were on Furno, and I just attached it here. It's a bit of a shame that it leaves an an open ball joint here, but whatever. I put on the back one of these Breakout torso armor pieces in gunmetal, and I just attached one of these pieces here, some cover. And on top, I used one of these smaller armor pieces in lime green, and just one of these, I think it's Savage Planet and pieces. I know they were on like the Scorpio. Yeah, it's in lime green here. So that's Breeze. I think I really like this one. It's pretty good. I don't know if this one's my favorite. I'm not sure, because I really like all of these. But that's Breeze. Now the last one here is Stormer. He's pretty simple. Probably the most simple one here. His feet use some of these Hero Factory feet, just in gunmetal gray. He uses the slightly shorter skeleton pieces, and he just uses a lot of these extra or larger armor shells, the 5 ones, for his upper and lower legs. He also uses one of these these joint pieces here for the upper leg. So that's his legs. He has the smaller torso without the shoulder pieces or shoulder joints. His torso is the brain attack torso piece or shell armor piece in gunmetal gray with a lot of these Exoforce fingers in white. Just add a little bit more white. Now his arms, they're the same as pretty much everyone else's, except for the these parts here are the same ones as the top here. So You know, kind of doesn't makes it so his hands can move a little less, but it's fine for me at least. His armor shells, he uses the smaller ones here in white, and I used one of these armor pieces in gunmetal to just add a bit more armor to him. And he uses a slightly longer one on this arm and just a white hand here. And on this arm, he uses a shorter one here, and you know, just his hand and a cannon, which, you know, works the same just like Rocco's. There. So that's mostly it. His headpiece is the one from the Brain Attack Stormer, but and the headpiece is just the one from 1.0 in Breakout. So it's pretty much for Stormer, but also on the back you'll see there's a blue pin. But there's a reason he's a bit simpler and he doesn't really have much back armor. Just take off some of that. So hang on. Oops, I don't know what happened. But there's a reason why he's so simple. I took off the armor. I was kind of hesitant to show this off because I'm kind of questioning the quality of it, but you can see a little bit of it. And like my story, he's like supposed to have taken like, what'd you say, like a backseat to like Furno to lead, I guess. So he isn't like as involved in combat. So instead he uses this. Give me a second. Gotta pull out the camera. It's gonna take a while. Hang on. There. It's a mech. What were you surprised? I really like mechs. If you had noticed already, the main like torso area is just a slightly modified from the Jet Rocca set. I just added some legs and some arms and kind of changed the torso in a few ways. I'll get a... I'm not sure if I want to go completely in-depth with this because of how it's mostly just Jet Rocca. Some changes. You know, here, I'll just take these off in parts. It's just so large. Get a little closer. So, here's its foot. It uses one of these really large torso pieces. And, you know, it uses a lot of these pieces. I'm not really sure how I can go through this. It uses a lot of white, some gunmetal, some gold, some translucent green. Just get a good look for the... I don't really want to go through this all. This video's gone on long enough. Just get a good look for the leg. It's the same for both legs. So that's the leg. Just take off these. Show you the torso. Hang on, it's taking a while. So here's the torso. It's really just, you know, like I said, the Jet Rocca just changed a bit to like just have some ball joints so I can just put on the arms and legs. You can just see it. You know, I added some of these hang on, Invasion from Below canisters on the back. You know, just adds like the lime green. See some paw pieces in gold, some white Exo Force fingers. I added on the top, hang on, one of these pieces in gold. Changed some parts. I locked in the gear function here with like the cannons moving back. I locked it in place using some of these pieces here. So, you know, the arms wouldn't like constantly move whenever it's like... So that's the torso. Next I'll do the arms. They're, yeah, I think you can tell here. An issue is I don't think I had enough like white or gold pieces to like cover up the whole thing. So it just has a lot of just open ball joints here. But here's the upper arm. He's one of these like engine pieces in gold. The lower part of it is a smaller Hero Factory body piece. Just a gunmetal gray torso armor is just there to cover it up. Then you have one of these attachment points with just a smaller armor piece. And then the main like hand of it is just one of these smaller torsos. And I gave it a little small gold sword on it, like finger or hand sword. I just think it looks cool. And I just used some of these pieces here for like fingers. So that's the other arm is pretty much the same, just like mirrored. So yeah. So that's as far as I'm gonna go into with the mech thing. Because it's not really that great. It's just a modified version of the, you know, Jet Rocka, added some of my own pieces. I think it's okay. I like it myself quite a lot, but it's probably, honestly, objectively, I guess, not that good. It can fit Stormer. Just open it up. You probably won't. Hang on. Let me pull this back a bit. It's gonna take a while. There. Oh, there, and you'll see Stormer here. See, hang on. Get him up there. Crud. Let's see. He can still fit in there. You just got to take off, obviously, his gun and his armor pads. So, get this in here. It's probably a little bit difficult to see. But, hang on. Just got to get his hand attached. But, yeah. There we go. It's all the way back here. Shoot. Its stability's decent, honestly, surprisingly, with this thing. You know, just given the size of it. I'd say it's decent, like I said, you know. Hands can sometimes fall over, or the arms can, because of how much is on them. The feet and legs are probably the ones that kind of are the hardest to use. And also, you can see an issue here, because I'm using the, what would you say, Jet Rocka piece, or mostly slightly modified Jet Rocka set. You can see that his legs are just kind of exposed there, which isn't really that helpful if it's like a mech. So, yeah, there you can just get a sideways look at it on both sides. So, I guess that's really it for this one. You know, just get a good look at them. Let me just put them all here. So, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Later today, I'll have my second video, like I said, you know, because I wasn't able to make a video last week because of, you know, the whole, I went on vacation. It was pretty nice. So, sorry about that, I guess, but, you know, it's fun going on vacation. But yeah, I'll have another video out later today. Hopefully it won't be too long, but, a second. Hope you enjoyed. Later today, like I said, the video will be minifigure showcase on the Mark 23, also known as Shades. Hope you enjoyed the video. That's pretty much all I have to say. Goodbye.